Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so part 3 of the anniversary officially starts tomorrow, which brings with it a lot of interesting content, whole bunch of new missions, the tickets for being able to do the 77 unit summon, but also more importantly, especially for those of you who may still be chasing a unit from one of the banners, a lot of stones, in fact a lot more than I actually expected. I did a video talking about a bunch of the content earlier on in the anniversary, but shout out to my boy Bringer Down, regular in the community, has dropped a list of a bunch of this stuff. I've got up a bunch of the corresponding pages. Some of the wiki unfortunately has not been updated even since the anniversary on JP, so we don't have the specific pages or the specific missions here to show on screen, especially because some of the stuff for the content that comes out tomorrow hasn't been included yet, and we should probably see a small data download first thing tomorrow morning, or at least UK time. It'll probably be late evening US time, that will add in a bunch of this stuff so that we could show it like on Dokkan Info or something. But unfortunately, not in the game yet for global, so not able to show here, but we can obviously show the corresponding events. So obviously part 3 officially starts tomorrow. I don't think there's any like first time login special bonus. They pretty much just do that for the start of the anniversary. But if we count starting from, I guess technically yesterday, which is the start of the week, even though part 3 officially starts tomorrow, we've got listed the 29th to the of July to August 13th, which is when the anniversary would officially come to an end. Login stones, with the stones that you're getting per day, that'll be 39 stones in total. Then there's daily challenges, obviously like the daily missions that you do for doing specific stages or doing anything like that, which gives stones, as that's another 15 days, that's another 15 stones for those. There also are there's a daily mission that is part of part 3. I forget which ones they are, but they usually beat a certain stage, clear a stage within a time limit, those kind of things. So 15 days, that's another 15 stones. So just from the stuff that we'll get daily, just from playing the game and doing your daily missions, we're already up to around 70 stones. Now, the one that is a bit of a question mark is the SNS campaign thing, which we did have at the start, or the start of part 2, I believe, where the little thing appears on the main screen that looks like a megaphone. You can click on it, and you don't even actually have to send a tweet or anything, and you get a couple of stones for that. But I'm not going to include that here in the overall total, just because we're not 100% sure whether we will get that. We did get the random one in part 2, so there is the potential that we'll get that, but like I say, we don't know 100% whether we will get that for global, so I'm not going to go ahead and add that to the total here. But then in terms of actual content that's coming out and missions that we're going to be getting, we are getting stage 7 and 8 of the Blue Zone, or of course the Ultimate Battle Spectacle is what it was called on JP. I always forget what it's called now on global. It's got a weird name. But stage 7 and stage 8 come out tomorrow, which is versus Blue Gogeta and versus Beast Gohan. A lot of people by the end of the anniversary were considering the Blue Gogeta to be the hardest boss in the game. He raises attack on super, he can seal you with his super attack, and he can AoE as well. So pretty crazy. He's STR, so he can be a bit wild. And then we have the Beast Gohan as well, who by the final stage is raising attack on super, can stun you, can rotation lock, which is incredibly annoying, and any damage that does 1 million or less does 0 damage to him. So pretty crazy. So it's 2 stages, which obviously you just get 1 stone for completing it, but there also are a whole bunch of missions. Beating the stage for the first time on its own is just the 1 stone. All the missions are for categories pretty much. So stage 7 with super bosses, stage 7 with powerful combat characters, stage 6 with hybrid Saiyans, and stage 8 with 6 hybrid Saiyans, stage 8 with 6 artificial life forms. This is the mission that plagued JP players, artificial life forms versus Beast Gohan. But of course, with all of the buffs that we got during Golden Week, this is going to be significantly easier to do, even if you don't have the Int Fat Boo. Things like the physical Kid Buu Super EZA, the Tech Exchange Buu, physical Buu Tanks EZA, like all that stuff. That team's going to be really good, and of course run an Int Buu friend, and then you're going to be looking pretty good for the Artificial Life Forms mission. Then there's stage 8 with all 5 extreme types, so obviously AGL, Tech, Int, Physical, STR. Beat stage 8 within 12 turns, and then complete all missions. So as you can see, in terms of missions, there are tons of stones available here. In total, just with the 2 included for beating the stages for the first time, 47 stones available from doing all the missions for these 2 final blue zone stages. So that is very, very good. Then we go into the Frieza and Beerus. Obviously we get the Extreme Z area. This is one of the ones not updated on the wiki to show the new stage, but it's 2 stages for a TUR, so obviously 2 stones for beating it for the first time, and then you always get a stone for beating the stage a certain number of times anyway for actually being able to get all the medals. And then of course for the LR EZAs, it's only the 1 stage, but Beerus has 6 stones in total for just doing the steps of his EZA. Beating the stage for the first time would obviously be 7 stones as well. So between the 2, you are getting 10 stones for completing the entire thing, which is pretty good. Then we move on to the Universe 7 EZAs. So those come out tomorrow. I will be making team building guides for these. They'll be up later today. AGL UI Goku and In Blue Evolution Vegeta. These both give 33 stones each. So that's another 66 stones in total to add to the total. These guys, obviously, LR EZAs, it's only 10 stages, as long as you're using the right teams, which, you know, if you check out the team building guides later, then you certainly will be. You can get a nice, easy 66 stones out of these, even if you don't have the units. Nice few extra stones to add to the pile. Then after that, we have the Cell Max gets the new stage added. Now, that isn't shown on the wiki. But a new stage, obviously beating it for the first time gives you a stone, but there are a whole bunch of missions for this as well. Unfortunately, the wiki doesn't show them, and like I say, the unfortunate thing with the data download not having happened on global, they're not added onto the Dokkan info yet, so I can't double check what they are. In theory, they should be up for the JP version, but I've been having an issue showing the Dokkan info when you go onto the Japanese part, actually getting to show them in English. So if you know what the missions are for Cell Max, then add those in. But obviously we're interested in the stones total. The new stage for Cell Max can be quite tough, but if you get that done and get the missions done as well, then that is another 37 stones to add to the total. Then we have the movie boss rush red zone. This is going to be really interesting. So if you don't know about this one, this is a boss rush stage. I wonder if it actually is it part of boss rush, or do they consider it part of the red zone thing? I swear it comes under the actual movie boss red zone, but it didn't show under there. No, there's only got like it only goes up to stage 19 here. I know. No, that is Dokkan event boss rush 19. Yeah, it doesn't show them on here, unfortunately. So yeah, the it doesn't show it on here. I believe it gets added as stage 8 of the actual movie Red Zone. But yeah, this is a very interesting event, a Red Zone boss rush. So you fight not the entire thing, because that would be like how many phases? But you fight the final boss of each one back to back, right? So you fight this Turles, then Lord Slug, then Final Form Cooler, then 13, then Bojack, then Janemba, and then Full Power Broly. Now, Broly's dodge disabling is actually turned off, which makes it a little bit easier. But of course, the power levels are all tuned up from the movie's boss rush. So don't expect an easy time, considering how old this event is now. You know, a lot of the newer teams would be able to just actually tear through this if it was the same bosses from the original stages. But yeah, all of the values are tuned up. Broly can hit very, very hard at the end, but you are able to dodge, which is cool. So this one, I'm not sure if it comes with a bunch of missions, but when Bringer was giving me the breakdown, it says movie boss rush 21 stones. So I'm not sure if that is because of missions as well. Obviously, you'd get 1 stone for beating it for the first time in general. You might just get 20 stones as a mission for beating it, or there's maybe missions for fewer stones as well. But again, unfortunately, without the data download, we don't know that 100%. So there's no way to know for sure at the moment. But once all that stuff is live in the game tomorrow, you'll obviously be able to see those missions. We're kind of just here to count up the number of stones and give you guys a brief idea of what's going on, as opposed to like a full breakdown, I guess. And then last but not least, we have the, on the list I've got, we have the anniversary battle. Now, this has been teased in the news. It changes to the 9th anniversary battle. And obviously we get the stage for Broly and Beast Gohan. I believe it is just this event getting updated and not a new separate event. Because you can see here, because this was the 8th anniversary battle, even for the previous stages for the other anniversaries, you were getting 8 stones for beating the stage, just in general. I believe you get 9 stones And obviously there's the two paths, right? So the right route, you fought the Boo duo for the 8-year one. The left route, you fought the GT duo. It's a similar format to that, but one of them you'll fight Broly and one of them you'll fight Beast. So you get 9 stones for doing both of those, and obviously you get 1 stage for beating it for the first time in general. So that's another 19 stones. And then the one thing actually missing from the list that I got from Bringer that I remembered about is the Jiren Burst mode will be coming as well. And so burst mode, if you do all of the missions here, there's always 2 categories, and then you've got ones for getting the score. So there's 2 there, then 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So obviously it's on a Dokkan Fest stage that you've probably beaten before, so you're not getting the 1 extra stone for that. But we're getting 8 stones for that. So bearing in mind that from this list, all the stuff that we've talked about, as I said, we have not included the potential of the SNS campaign. So if they get the thing that you have to tweet from the home screen, we haven't included the potential stones that you could get from that. And then, yeah, that's also not to mention the fact that we don't know yet what's going to replace the Vegito and Bootank's EZAs at the end of the anniversary, because that was 2 LR EZAs. That's another 66 stones. Now, whilst we have had those technically, because they've already come to the game, right? So it's not like we're missing out on stones we would have got. We just got them earlier on. That would be another 66 stones. But even without all of that stuff, the total that I've got here for everything that we've talked about so far is 277 stones. Bear in mind, we just got top grossing as well. I was hoping we would potentially be getting that as part of part 3. So considering we just got 60 odd stones given out, and then 277 stones coming with all of the content that's starting to drop tomorrow. Some of it comes out a few days after or a week after, but by the time we get to the end of the anniversary, even if they haven't given us extra Extreme Z battles, we're looking at almost 300 stones. And if we do get 2 EZAs, or even 1 EZA technically, to replace the Bootanks and Vegito, that will push us over 300 stones being given out between now and the end of the anniversary, which is in 2 weeks. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are you most excited for? Are you going to be saving those stones for something else coming up, or are you still chasing after one of the 4 anniversary headliners? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. For me, I think I'm done summoning. I'm going to try my 77 summon luck and see if that can get me the Gammas. But other than that, I think I will just be saving everything else for whatever is coming up next. So let me know those thoughts on what you guys are planning to do and what you're most excited for down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.